What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not close. How much fun was yesterday? The entire reason this brand was created was yesterday. My goodness, the Bengals barely covered at the end. Let's go ahead and show the recap and show exactly how we did yesterday. We had some wins. We had some losses, but our guy Andrew Gambus came through huge late last night, a perfect 4-0 at UFC. But as we always say, on to the next. Let's bring in the stars of the show. And I got to tell you, where do I start? Well, he is a special guest this morning, so we start with him. Mr. PropStarz, welcome to the morning show, sir.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me on. It is early in the Pacific Northwest, but I am up and ready and excited.
Where?
In parts unknown.
Thank you. You are a valuable commodity. We can't let people know where you reside. Now, AB, I don't know if I've ever had a situation where on one play we cashed 3 tickets. But that's what happened last night at the end of the Raiders and the Bengals, and we sweated it live together. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah, it was fantastic. That was such an awesome end to the show last night. I love that we're going to have the same opportunities today in terms of sweating on all of our live shows that we have. It was so much fun. We're all together. The audience was together on all these picks. It was great.
Yeah, noon Eastern, 3:30 Eastern, 7:15 Eastern, 3 big live shows today because there's 3 games. And you know our man is back this morning. Maestro, good morning.
Good morning. It's history. Alex, I'm impressed. He loses the showdown with me, and he comes on the morning show the very next day. But that was the only thing that went good for me yesterday. I'm a masochist, so I rewatched Devin Singletary. First of all, getting a catch taken away when they had accepted a penalty, and then gaining 5 yards on a screen pass. And for some reason, the ref spotted it like a half yard back. The official statistician said it was 4 yards, 2nd and 6, and he loses by half a yard. And I rewatched it, and I guarantee you he got 5 yards.
And I guarantee you're the only one who rewatched that because at that point of the game, nobody was paying attention.
You just see the ref walking, and he just kind of angles like half yard back.
Can you imagine if Devin Singletary, if he would have walked up to the referee and said, "Excuse me, can you give me that extra yard, please? I got people that are banking on me right now." Sir, you're up 30. Stop. You're up 30. All right, let's get into storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And I tell you what, there are some trends. There are some trends that we need to be looking at. AB, let's start with you.
So coming into the playoffs, this week, we spoke about the trend of the last 2 seasons, the last 24 playoff games. The team that just won the game covered in 21 of them, right? Well, we had 2 playoff games yesterday, and what happened? The team that won the game covered in both of them, right? So we're now sitting at 23 out of 26. So you know what? I'm not going to try to buck the trend today, this weekend, tomorrow, anything. It's historical, and it works. Also, side note, the Buffalo Bills played an absolute perfect game offensively, and I mean that. No fumbles, no punts, no kneel downs, touchdowns on every drive. I don't know if Josh Allen took any kind of medication that was, given to him, but it'd be a perfect marketing ploy because it was just an absolute perfect game last night.
Well, he claimed he didn't need that little blue pill, but we'll see indeed after it's all said and done. By the way, it's a kind of a push between who is more annoying when they're playing good football, Josh Allen or Derek Carr. For me, it's right there, one and the same. I love them off the field. On the field, they drive me insane every time something good happens for their team. But that's what they're supposed to do. Now, we mentioned the Bills. We mentioned a perfect game. We mentioned they did what they had to do. Now, if the Chiefs do what they have to do, Maestro, what do we got?
Yeah, some people are saying this is going to be the de facto AFC title game, and I think that's really an insult to the Titans and the Bengals. But if the Chiefs take care of business, they will host the Bills, and this will be the 3rd straight time they're playing this matchup in Kansas City. Let's look back at the spreads. What can we expect? It was 3 in last year's championship game, which the Chiefs covered, but then it was 2.5 early this season. The Bills won outright 38-20. And you got to think with how well Buffalo played. And even if Kansas City takes care of business, it's against a lesser opponent in the Steelers. I think what the Bills did is likely to be more impressive. And I think we're definitely not going to see over 3. I think this will be 3 or 2.5 yet again.
I think you're pretty spot on with that. And by the way, if you watched our shows earlier in the week, the Maestro is already on the Chiefs in the first half minus the 7, which is a great way to bet this game because the Chiefs are fast starters and the Steelers are not. All right, let's get into our board today. We have one play from SportsLine, and our soccer guys, Martin W. Green and Buckets, they have been killing it. In fact, Buckets has already hit one this morning before we even got out of bed. So here's what we're going to do. Atalanta and Inter Milan. Inter Milan's a top team in Serie A. Yeah, you got to know your soccer to be able to pronounce these names. Come on, it's what I do. So we're going to go both teams to score. It's my favorite bet in soccer. Both teams have excellent offenses, and in recent times, Inter Milan has been struggling just a little bit. All we need is one goal from each team. A little juicy, but we will take it. All right, now let's get into our board. There's a reason that Alex is on the show this morning because we can't wait until the noon Eastern kick or noon Eastern show because he has a very important number we need to beat. Alex, what is it?
Yeah, Coach, that's Mike Evans over 55.5 receiving yards. I was actually surprised to see this under 60 yards. I do anticipate this one moving up, even if I didn't call it, which is why I'm here this morning to give this play out. I was very encouraged by Mike Evans last week versus Carolina. I anticipated him just playing enough to eclipse 1,000 yards, which he did, and became the first wide receiver in NFL history to do that in his first 8 consecutive seasons. But he stayed on the field after that, and he just looked like his dominant normal self, and he played almost the duration of the game and looked very good, got those very valuable reps with Tom Brady. And then he practiced in full this week. He comes into the game without an injury designation, which is very, very promising in my opinion. As far as the Eagles are concerned, they are a very good matchup on paper. They rank 26th in passing DVOA. They give up the 10th most production to opposing number 1 wide receivers. I do anticipate him being potentially shadowed by Darius Slay, but I was very encouraged by Mike Williams. If you're leaving him one-on-one on an island, even with a corner as good as Darius Slay, Tom Brady is going to get him the ball. Furthermore, no Leonard Fournette in this game. We obviously know no Chris Godwin, no Antonio Brown. So he is going to function as the 1A, 1B, 1C. I do anticipate Gronk obviously getting some targets as well, but Evans is very likely to get 10-plus targets in this game. It's a plus matchup. I just think this should have opened in the mid-60s. So getting it at 55 is just a tremendous value.
There's just something about on a big day like this, when you're talking dirty to us about DVOA, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's go, Mike Evans. Get it in before it goes up. And I promise you, somebody in the chat is going to write, "Oh, coach, it went up 3 yards." That's what happens when Alex gives out a play. It just happens. Every play. All right, now.
Alex, quick question. Are you not worried about Darius Slay?
I am a little bit worried about Darius Slay, but I honestly think that if they're going to shadow with Darius Slay, leaving him on an island against Mike Evans, he's more than capable of getting off in that matchup. Furthermore, they did tangle weeks ago. Slay got the best of that matchup, but Evans was banged up coming into that. I was just so encouraged with what I saw. He is capable of beating Darius Slay, in my opinion, who is definitely an elite corner. But yeah, if they're going to leave him on an island, I actually think that's an advantage Bucs. So worried a little bit, but I think that he'll get the targets and the volume will be there to overcome Darius Slay. And they've also been very generous to opposing number 1 wide receivers.
The answer to that question? No, he's not worried about Darius Slay. All right, now, if we believe what AB told you just a couple of minutes ago, then he believes that the Cowboys are going to move on. Why, AB?
Yeah, because I'll tell you this, everybody in the janitor's closet last night, we tried to overthink things, right? And you know what? We're going to say, look, who's the team that's going to win the game? I believe the Cowboys. The Cowboys, if their offensive shows up, good luck. San Francisco, you're done. They can't play a shootout style of game. If it's San Francisco's offensive style, the Cowboys can still win that one, right? So I'm going with Dallas Cowboys here. We're going to get it at 3. That number is going to move today. We see it hasn't moved all week. That's because the 49ers have been the trendy pick. People are going to jump on Dallas in regards to that. So we're going to take it at 3 before it gets to 3.5. Yep, I think Dallas takes care of business today.
Oh my gosh, I so badly want to walk into the kitchen and just smell what the morning smells like, but I can't bring myself to do it. All right.
Well, Coach,
yes.
I mean, everybody knows I'm on the 49ers, and everybody also knows that AB has had my number, I believe, 2 or 3 showdowns in a row.
Interesting.
And
so
I'd like to guess. I just got paid by Alex, so I'm feeling good.
Somebody's going to the RJ White School of Trash Talk here. Okay, so well, if we're gonna interrupt my flow, we're gonna get a showdown out of it. So you want a showdown with AB? AB, what do you say?
2 things. First off, in the chat, Patrick Wingate asks, "Is AB drinking cucumber Gatorade?" Which is 100% correct. Great eye on that one.
Cucumber Gatorade.
Oh, it's the best. Absolutely. Come on into the janitor's closet. We're cooking it down here. All right. And number 2, Jeweler, hit that music, baby.
Oh.
Let's go.
Maestro, what was that? What was that head bob?
That was, you know what? I'm going to talk.
Was that?
Jeweler, go ahead and clip that part.
I don't know. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Let's move on.
Don't clip it.
Don't clip it. Then we most definitely will clip it. What?
The only thing I care about is the final score today. I do not care what I look like during the showdown music.
Oh, I do.
Well,
the new Maestro.
Coach, I was going to say this. I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said it because both of you are well above me on the org chart. So, look, hey, I got to step out on that one.
Oh, my God. This is so much fun. All right. We got 3 big plays from the Maestro. The floor is yours, sir.
All right, Coach. And it's a little intimidating to be giving out so many props right in front of PropStarz, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to start with the Chiefs and Byron Pringle over 29.5 receiving yards. You know, we don't know how healthy Tyreek Hill is going to be for this game. Pringle, 14 catches the last 3 games, 19 targets. He ran 41 pass routes last week. He and Hardman are running the most pass routes lately. And we saw what he did in the first meeting. 6 catches, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Steelers. We just need to get to 30 receiving yards. Plus, you've got the fact that the Chiefs running backs are very banged up. So we could see a high pass volume. So I like Pringle just to get to 30 yards. I mean, he's done it 3 straight weeks. Let's make it 4. And then 2 props so far in the 49ers-Cowboys game. And there are some others that I really like, but I'm going to start with Debo over 60.5 receiving yards. We talked about this all week. The Cowboys corners do not tackle well. Diggs is 81st out of 82nd in tackling, and the other corners are below average in terms of tackling. I think the yards after the catch are going to be there. He's gone over this 3 straight, and one game he had 63, and that was with Trey Lance. So Debo Samuel over 60.5. And then on the other side is Cedric Wilson over 3.5 catches. This is juiced up to -145, but since Gallup has been out, 11 catches out of 12 targets for Cedric Wilson. And you have to remember how well the 49ers defend tight ends. They take away the tight ends. And I was thinking about going under on Dalton Schultz and his numbers, and still might, because the 49ers allow so few targets to the tight ends. He's going to have to throw to the wide receivers. You've got Emmanuel Mosley covering either Cooper or Lamb. I think Cedric Wilson continues to produce over 3.5 for Cedric Wilson.
And I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I really, really do. I'm feeling something in the 30s from both teams today. I don't know what it is, but certainly I think Cedric Wilson is going to go off. I love that play. All right, we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Don't forget 3 big live streams today, noon Eastern time, 3:30 Eastern time, 7:15 Eastern time. But here is our board, and it is glorious. We're going to go Mike Evans over 55.5 receiving yards. That's courtesy of PropStarz -115. Then AB, 1 play so far, but you know he's going to have more on the live streams. Cowboys -3. And then 3 big props from the Maestro. Cedric Wilson over 3.5 receptions. Debo over 60.5. Byron Pringle, my guy, over 29.5 receiving yards. Then from SportsLine, and if you're not a member yet, what in the world are you waiting for? And if you watch us live later today, you may or may not be able to get a 3-month free code to try out SportsLine for yourself. But you got to watch the show to get all of the details. Don't forget about the gem. Bucs -6.5. Atalanta Inter over 2.5. Then the Chiefs -12.5 Tasty at plus 525. By the way, if you guys care to, throw a little prayer up there for Russell Henley, because somebody on this cast may or may not be holding a plus 3,100 ticket for him to win today. Okay. There's only one thing left to do, and you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Oh, baby, and we've got a showdown too. Maestro and dial-up. I'm here for it. So let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, dial-up, Maestro. How about PropStarz being on this morning? And, of course, the jeweler puts it all together here at the brand. I am the coach. We'll be here all day long on the early edge. Good luck.